Warning: this newscast may contain bad acting and hideous people. It may cause vomiting, nausea, inflexive impulses to throw a rock at the screen, feelings of sadness, anger, and much, much more.
Please note, in order to create a fun and interesting way of learning, this televised newscast was created for the sole purposes of learning. There were not cameras or computers in the 1800s, and this is simply a reenactment of a newscast during the time. Thank you, and please enjoy the show. Oh, and we're on. Hello there. This is 9.92 News with your most important news. I am your news anchor, Thomas Fuller. First, let's start out with roads to market. We have much information concerning the new ideas of roads to market. Lately in news, there has been the talk of implementing a new transportation system. As the move to the west becomes increasingly popular, there is a newfound need to create a system of roads for farmers to be able to send their products to the west. The old way of transportation used to be the Mississippi River. However, it was slow and products could only be sent downstream, and it was extremely costly to send them upstream. The first attempt of opening a road was in the 1790s, connecting Philadelphia and Lancaster. It was opened in 1794. You know, it's really interesting how much roads and transportation can change. Now, let's send it away to Justin in the field, where he is with some of the laborers currently at work.
Thanks, Thomas. It is a really hot day, and these young men are working hard in the heat. It's a tedious process that includes the use of rocks, trees, and drainage ditches, all combined to create a stable road which won't wash out in the first rain. They have also been using axes, saws, and fire to clear trees to make room for the road.
Recently, vagabonds have taken to avoiding private toll roads by using roads in the public right-of-way to avoid the turnpikes. These roads are being called shunpikes.
Well, but these fees are only petty penny fees. Why would people avoid them, George?
Although these fees are very small, the transport costs for goods often resulted in fees many times the value of the product.
Oh, very true. Although local governments have been tasked with establishing toll rates, it would be more economically viable for the federal government to build these roads, especially highways for military and public interests.
Had we heeded the proposal of Treasury Secretary Albert Gallatin in 1808, such roads could have been built for a mere $16 million.
Currently, in 1818, the largest federal road in existence is the Old National Road, as completed at its final extension in Illinois just recently. Later in our next segment, we'll talk about advancements in water transportation.
Until recently, rafts and flatboats were only means of downstream transportation. John Fitch's 1790 works on steam power, however, revolutionized the industry. Goods were able to be moved upstream.
Robert Fulton was also a key figure. As an engineer, he constructed the Claremont, also known as the North River Steamboat, in 1807. This single vehicle combined an engine, boiler, paddle wheels, and a hull into an impressive mechanical marvel.
That's not all. Recent figures have shown that the number of steam-powered vessels have increased from 60 in 1820 to in excess of 200 in our current year. Such expansion has been caused by the drastically cheaper cost of transport.
Steamboats have developed into luxury liners as well. The General Pike steamer is well known for its extravagance in catering to the rich, incorporating marble columns, fine carpets, mirrors, and curtains into its design. Vessels have become destinations in and of themselves. The legislature just announced that they are planning on creating more canals. In 1810, Mayor of New York, DeWitt Clinton, announced his plan to create a 363-mile long canal stretching from Lake Erie to the Hudson River. Joining us today in studio, we have DeWitt Clinton. Come on in, DeWitt.
Hey there, George. I'm happy to be here to talk about my plan. I proposed a canal system called the Erie Canal. It will create the greatest inland trade ever witnessed.
And where will it run?
It'll run through densely packed forests, And I have put Benjamin Wright in the executive position, and he has put many men of top ability in the higher positions to get the job done.
Okay, well, thanks for talking to us today, DeWitt.
You're welcome. I'm glad to be here.
The Erie Canal was finished in 1825. With the Champlain Canal, it brought in $500,000 in the first year and is projected to make about $3 million in profit each year from tolls.
New York has quickly become the largest city in the nation, mainly in part to its merchants and many numerous canals.
The Black Ball Line has also come into existence and was the first scheduled freight and passenger service from New York to England. Goods passed through New York and onto west through canals.
In 1834, the Main Line Canal was created and was part canal, part railroad. It has 177 locks and is a tedious process to build, with an incline railroad attached to these canals.
The Ohio Canal went from Toledo to Cincinnati and created cheap transportation for Ohio farmers.
It, however, did not compare to the original Erie Canal.
This is
9.92 News, signing out. Talk to you later.